Hey guys, I just want to make a quick video about my garage and give you guys some tips and tricks on how you can customize your garage to fit your lifestyle. So a little bit about me, I moved into this house in 2018. I'm in Texas and it's a standard 2-car garage. Usually in Texas they run about, I believe, 700 square feet is the rough size of a 2-car garage. And for me, I'm the type of guy, like, I love doing car work. You guys can see my videos. I have motorcycles. I love working on motorcycles. I'm a health addict, so I love to work out. And, with COVID that forced me to build a home gym in here, but I didn't want to sacrifice the space that I needed to either park cars in here or to be able to have the cars on the lift. And I wanted the ability to have a full-size SUV as well in this space on the lift. So I'm just going to share with you a few things that I did, and the way I made it affordable was that I installed everything you see in here except the floor was installed by me. And we'll go over even the air conditioning that's in this garage. So it's cooled in the summer, it's heated in the winter, and I'll go over briefly about that. But let's start off with the main thing. One of the first things I installed obviously was the floor. I didn't do it myself. There's those kits you can buy from Home Depot for like 300 bucks. And if you do your research, like, the epoxy on those they're not industrial grade epoxy. So I went ahead, and at the time when I purchased it, it was about $1,100 to get this done in one day. A team of 5 guys came out here, they did it all in one day, and it was ready to be stepped on the next day because it cures so fast. It's a very strong, different kind of epoxy sealer that they use over the floor. But now the price has risen significantly, so in this case, since from 2018 to 2020, having guys come out and do your garage floor, my neighbor said it was almost like $1,800 for the quote. So, in that case, you might want to consider doing it yourself. But the second thing that I installed, well, the first thing that I installed myself were the new age cabinets. I paid about $1,300. I did not buy it directly. This entire set cost $1,300. And I bought it off Costco. If you go directly to New Age products and you look at the New Age Pro 3.0 series, it's going to be like double the price. I don't know why Costco gives its members a significant discount, but if you're going to buy the New Age product, the New Age Pro 3.0, buy it through Costco. It's going to save you a lot of money. The install is very straightforward. I mean, if you know how to find a stud, you're going to be able to install these. The cabinets are fantastic. Like, they have there's plenty of videos on YouTube. They have a soft close, which literally the thing will bring and suck back in the drawers. One of the really cool things I love about it. And additionally, what I like about it too is that you can set things up top. So you can see I have my motorcycle luggage up top. I have a lawnmower up top. I have my dust extractor, some stuff for the dog. I have my paint sprayer up top. There's just a lot of things that you can stack on top of the actual cabinet itself. Which makes it great. And then additionally, you have these storage areas here for shop vacs and tools. I got a transmission jack and just a regular jack. Some seats are sitting outside. So it makes the overall ability to store your tools and other household items in your garage in a neat, organized fashion. Now, to talk about this back plate right here, this wall is not from New Age products. In fact, that wall I got, it's called Pro Slat. I think it's like 40 bucks off Amazon. I decided not to go with the New Age product back wall because it was way overpriced. So I highly suggest you go on Amazon and just buy the Pro Slat wall. It's much cheaper. They can ship it to you the next day, and it's not hard to install. I left an open space here simply because the way my house builder had wired the irrigation was that they had the controller over there to the left, to the right. So I ended up just pulling it off and rewiring it there so I could easily access and control it. But from this shot, you could probably see that me being a car guy and not just, I have a jack. So one of the cool things that, this has allowed me to save a lot of money. There's a lot of videos on my channel. I have the Ranger Quick Jack, and it's probably one of the best lifts that you could buy that is portable, and it's really small, and it's not going to take a lot of space in your garage. So by the end of the day, we like to use our garage to park our cars, or even in my case, when I have parties, and I'll get to that later, I usually open this entire place, and it's another hangout area where people play beer pong and people play drinking games, and they can mess the floors up, and I can just open the garage and sweep it out the next day. And we'll talk more about that, but that's because this actual garage is climate controlled. So because it's a climate controlled garage, it can be 100 degrees outside and it can be 65 degrees in here. And that comes into advantage. It almost acts as a second space to your house. So over here, I just want to give it a quick shot. These are Hyloft. They're found on Amazon. Hyloft storage, what do they call wall storage shelves. And the reason why I chose Hyloft is because they have a very, I like the short, slim profile. And that's more of an aesthetic thing for me, because when I walk into my garage, I like to see a lot of space. There are some people that like these extending out really far, and so they can have more storage. But in my case, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be able to walk in here and just have a lot of space and feel like it's my man cave and have I like an open area. But here you can see another example of the Pro Slat wall. Here you can hang. I have a thing for the dog. I have my car washing equipment, some lawn equipment, and then I have a little space here that allows you to put your. I have a motorcycle ramp there, an extra table. And so what I wanted to say earlier is that when you install your cabinets, I guess it depends on your home, but a lot of people on YouTube are putting their new age cabinets against the back wall, and I thought really hard about that. I thought for the longest time why I shouldn't install it against the back wall, and mostly is really because I wanted to have that back wall free, so that number one, if you have a long SUV, you're going to be able to park it in there. And number two is that if you measure it out, you're generally going to have a leftover space in this corner. And I realized, well, hey, that's a great place to put other stuff and to organize and to put under the slat wall there. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about positioning and where you want to put these cabinets. Yeah, so the Hyloft, these are the Hyloft shelves. Get them on Amazon. Very inexpensive, like $45 for like a pack of 2. So, and compared to the other stuff, and the one thing good about these is they're very, very strong. They are easy to install, just need a stud finder, nothing difficult about them. So I know the scooters are kind of in the way, but being a multi-use, a multi-functional garage, I'm a car guy, I'm a car enthusiast, and I like to hand wash my cars because back in the day when I was younger, I used to detail cars, and we kind of had a little side gig going on while we were in high school. But basically, because I don't like to bring my cars to hand washes, machine washes, I have a system to hand wash my car. And this is very easy to build. This is custom built. I ordered the shelving, the pump was ordered, and then the reel you can get off Amazon. The pump you can get off Amazon, I believe, as well now. The shelving you can get off Amazon. And all this does is just, it basically allows you to have a reel to pull out when you wash your car. You don't need to deal with your garden hose, because the garden hose will just kind of slither here and connect, and that's it. This is another idea to give you guys if you want to build your own home car wash system. Put it in the corner, and you don't need to plumb the water in, because you could just bring your hose from outside. If you choose to plumb the water in, that's also another idea, but it just kind of allows you to, easily have a car wash at home if you want to do that. So, and then there's a DI system there. So that filters the water. That way when your water, I live in Texas, so water dries really quickly in the summer. So when you attach that to your pressure washer, when the sun hits the car and the water dries out, it doesn't leave water spots. So it's just a deionized water system that it basically salt exchanges. If there's like chlorides and sodium in your salt, it basically exchanges it out for a organic salt, like triethylamine, diethylamine, and then once the sun evaporates it, there's nothing left because this is an organic salt. So. All right, so this is the other side that you're looking at. Remember, this is only a 700 square foot garage, so you're seeing a lot of use being put in, and there's not any empty wall. Almost every wall is used. But here you can see, it's easy to mount. This is a shop vac, but it's really meant for cars. So there's a hose that's reeled up back there, and basically, when I want to vacuum my cars, I just open up the garage, reel that hose out, and just turn it on, and that's it. I don't need to even drag the vacuum around. And then the other one is a blower to blow dry your car off. But over here you can see I have more of the Hyloft shelving, and you can see we have like the family luggages, some air filters, so I can change the air filters out. There's some used oils and some car stuff up there. And here you can see my bike. I like to rest it in this corner. In this corner I can still park 2 cars in here. So if the bike's pushed against this corner on this dolly, I can still get 2 cars in here, which is great. And this is a huge motorcycle. It's a BMW R1250 GS A. They're not small bikes. So if you have a smaller bike and you want to be able to have a multi-use garage, I would suggest you get one of these dollies. I got this one off Craigslist for like $100. I think they're like $300 new though. So I just check your local Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. It just allows you to easily maneuver your bike around. And here you can see that I have another pro slat wall installed here. And let me see if you can see that on the camera. Yeah. So you see another pro slat wall installed here. I have a bunch of car stuff here. It's like I got an oil extractor and an automatic transmission fluid pump, some cleaners, a ladder's hung there, and then you see the HVAC systems up there, and that's the DIY mini split. I do have a video on my channel, not how to install. There's a lot of how to install videos, but just a quick review. Basically, in the summer, if it's 110 degrees outside in Texas, it'll be 65 degrees in this garage. And the reason why I did that is because, like, you know, there's another video where one day it took me about 2 days to change the clutch on a 2004 CTSV. So, you know, I'm going to be working in here all the time, and I don't want to be working in here when it's like 110 degrees outside, because that's going to be horrible. So, you know, that was really easy to install. It's $1,300, I believe, shipped to your door from Ingram's Air and Water. It's not hard. And in my office, there's another video on my page. In my office, we installed 5 of these. All the electrical can be done by yourself. It's not hard. Don't let people on YouTube scare you and tell you that you can't do it or you're doing it wrong. It is very simple to run these wires and to install a breaker into your home panel. I mean, there's plenty of videos on how to do that. But I would have to say that this is probably, if you live in a southern state or you're in a northern state, this is the best upgrade. The best thing you could do to your garage is get it climate controlled. It makes a world of difference, and that kind of leads me to talking about when we get to the gym part. It's awesome to have a gym that's climate controlled, you know? It makes a world of difference. Even when you're working on your cars, it makes a difference. So, but yeah, that's a quick view of this side. Okay, and so the final piece is the home gym part of the garage. So you can see multifunctional. It's got the home gym, got the car ability to store things, got the stuff for the car, got climate controlled, got stuff for household items. So here's the home gym. I got this basically when COVID hit. I was probably one of the first ones to get it before they had a huge 9-week back order time. But it's by PRX Performance, and I chose this particular one simply because it folded up. All right. So I think Rogue Fitness has one, but I mix and match too, because the bench is from Rogue. The actual rack for working out was from PRX. And so the bench, I didn't want one of the PRX benches which stows against the wall. I wanted the ability to be able to pull the bench around and do different exercises and stuff like that. But what's cool about this is that I'll show you, is that if you put these up here, and you store it up, you can see now I have a ton of space in my garage for if I want to park the cars in here. Right now I can fit, with that down I can fit 1 car. With this up I can fit 2 cars. But now I just have a lot of space. You know, I can move these around. I can set up a beer pong table, have the AC on. It's multifunctional. I just kind of wanted to show people that I just see a lot of videos now, and it seems like garages are so one-sided. Like if they do the storage for the shelves, sometimes they put too much and you can't fit cars in your garage, you know? Some people, when they install a gym, they're gym nuts, and all they have is gym equipment. It's just all over the garage is gym equipment. There's nothing else. So, you know, I think for the normal family and for the normal do-it-yourselfer, y'all are going to want something that's very modular, you can use it for multi-things. And I just kind of want to share with you guys like what I did. And like I said, the only thing that I didn't do was the floor, but everything else is installed by myself, and my wife helped me out with a lot of these installs too. And I think you know, these are just some tips. I guess one last thing that I want to share with you guys really quick. If you look up, okay? If you look up, notice that my garage, I think most garages have a rail and it controls the motor for opening and closing the garage, right? So I got rid of that simply because when you lift, like I have a Cadillac Escalade, but when you lift a full-size SUV into the air on the Ranger Quick Jack, the problem is it will hit that middle rail, okay? So people wonder, why would you do that? Like, why would you get rid of it? Well, that's the reasoning why, is because I wanted to be able to lift the vehicles without that rail being hit. And so what it was replaced with, and there's a video on my channel, is the LiftMaster. It's kind of hidden in the corner here, but I did replace it with the LiftMaster side mounted opener. And there is a chain system there because this garage, that's called a Wayne Dalton Torque Master. And so it has a spring inside of it that helps lift the heavy garage door up. Now, it wasn't designed to be used with this, but it's been retrofitted. I actually retrofitted it again. That's something you can do yourself. There's a guy on YouTube who, I forgot his name. I can put the link in the description if he's still doing it. But 2 years ago, there was a guy on YouTube who specifically sold that kit so that you can convert the side-mounted garage door opener to work with the Wayne Dalton Torque Master. Alternatively, you can change the whole thing out and just get rid of the Wayne Dalton Torque Master, and I believe just change it to a regular spool reel that opens and closes the garage. So it's totally up to you, but that's what I had to do to modify it. But there was a reason. The reason simply was so that I can get cars lifted into the air without it hitting the middle little grabber that moves the garage door back and forth. So I hope this kind of helped you out, kind of giving you ideas of how you can organize your garage. It might make it, you can do whatever you want really, but just keep things in mind. If you want to have a gym, you want to have the ability to park your cars, you want to have a space for your motorcycle, how do you want to store your tools on the wall? All this stuff you don't have to go with a specific company. I really encourage you, mix and match. Don't buy from one company. There's a lot of cheaper options that are just as good out there. Keep an open mind. I think as you get better and as you start adding things to your garage, you're gonna get better at it and kind of get better at what you want to buy. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks.